Another high street flooded thanks to a burst water main. This time Goldhawk Road at Shepherd's Bush, which started gushing at 3 o'clock this morning. OK, Brian, show us then what's been going on down there. And another shop owner flooded out. It's the 4th time in the last 10 years it's happened here to Brian Mitchell. This is what we came out to see. So you can see, I mean, the water's still sort of flowing in, isn't it? Yeah, still flowing in. And what does this mean for you here? So
well, we had to close down. We had to close down the studio, and then we had to close down the shops upstairs as well.
Next door to Brian, it's even worse. Well, this is Olga's flat. And you can see it's completely flooded. We're in the sort of basement level here, and there's all sorts of stuff floating around. I've got a mop here, just floated it. Its way over to me. She's managed to take some of her possessions out, but she's literally too upset to talk.
2 bin bags.
And if this seems strangely familiar, well, that's because on the weekend, a different burst water main on King Street in Hammersmith. Much the same consequences. Of course, London's Victorian water main infrastructure doesn't help, but some say Thames Water just aren't doing enough.
It's not as though that issue has been unknown to Thames Water and they've only just discovered it, so that's where my sympathy ends, and I do think it is time for them to step up and to get those detection, the technology into the pipes so that they can start telling us which pipes are most likely to burst and to try and prevent rather than then trying to solve the problem.
Is it disappointing that that hasn't happened already?
Yes, I think that is disappointing.
Back on the Goldhawk Road, shop owners like David are still worried, watching the ebb and flow of the floodwater.
It's coming up, it's going down, it's playing a game with us. They're assessing the situation right now. I don't know how long it'll take to assess, but that's it. In the meanwhile, we have to pack up, we have bills to pay, things to do.
This also happened this afternoon by London Bridge, another water leak. This time, though, down to some over-enthusiastic digging.
Well, as you can see, Jim's still out in West London for us this evening. And Jim, what's it like there now?
Well, as I said, let me just show you Goldhawk Road. Now the water went all the way to the end of the road here, down towards the Shepherd's Bush roundabout, all this way as well, past Goldhawk Tube Station. You can see some traffic lights, perhaps some floodlights in the background. That's roughly where the burst water main is, and then the floodwater beyond there too. It's receded now, obviously you can see. And I'm joined by Tim McMahon, who's the head of water networks for Thames Water. Tim, I mean, is there enough investment? Is it just pot luck as to whether you are a victim of this type of flooding from a burst water main?
Firstly, I'm really sorry for the impact the burst has had in the vicinity of the location of the burst, or those customers who've experienced no waters throughout the duration of the day. We are really sorry, and I spent the whole day here trying to talk to customers, reassure them of our commitment to get their water back on, and that
I understand that, Tim. We'll get to that. We'll get to that as well. But yeah, what about the amount of investment that Thames Water provide to stop this happening? Yeah. Is it enough?
So we know that investment on a network is really important to our customers, and that's why for the years that's gone, in the next 2 years, we've increased the investment in our large pipes. Those are big pipes over 12 inches in width, by the tune of £90 million. And while the next AMP period between 2020 and 2025, we're aiming to double our investment, and as part of our business plan processes, we're testing that with our customers as we speak.
So, has enough been spent in the past? Because you've had your highest water leak rate for 10 years this year. That sounds to me as if not enough money has been spent, and people have been victims of this.
It's not about money. We've got a huge amount of support from our board, and we've increased our investment, as I've said. Our leakage position isn't where we want it to be, but we are working incredibly hard to recover that. But as I said, my main focus here today is not around that, it's around returning our customers' lives back to normal as quickly as possible.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you very much for that, Tim. So people will continue to be affected throughout the night. The problem is well underway to being solved, but if you are affected, there is bottled water here on Goldhawk Road for you to take advantage of.
OK, Jim Weeble in West London, good advice there. Thanks very much for that. Well, Thames Water features in our next story this evening too, because this programme has learned that tens of thousands of Londoners could be about to get a payout from their local